Welcome back. Now, if you are a fan of the PBS show Genealogy Roadshow, you know that the hosts help solve family mysteries. They research records to trace African-American ties, Amish roots, or maybe even discover connections to royalty. Ooh. Who knows? Yeah. Well, our next guest is one of those hosts. Kenyatta Berry is also the author of a new book to guide you on your own search. Oh, we have it up on the screen already. It is called the Family Tree Toolkit.
Kenyatta is in Pittsburgh for a special appearance tomorrow at the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh. We're going to hear more about that in just a moment. She's here with North Hills genealogist Rich Venezia, who helped me trace my own roots a little while ago. Thank you guys for being here with us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
I think that this book is such a neat idea, and first thing that pops into my head is this is a great idea for the holidays.
Absolutely, yes.
What better gift than to find out more about your family and your ties to people?
Right, I think it's great because around the holidays is when you get together with your family, you tell stories, and this book was intended, and I wrote it for people that are just beginning or either advanced folks that need help in a certain area where there's immigration, military records, things like that as well. So.
What do you think is the hardest part for people? Is it just getting off the ground, knowing where to start?
Yes, the hardest part is knowing the resources. So a lot of resources online and in archives are listed here as well. So I think that's the biggest task. It seems very overwhelming for people.
And as you've helped people, do people uncover a lot of surprises, things that they would not even guess? Like, you think that you're one thing and it turns out you're something else, right?
Yes, you always do, and I'm sure Rich can talk to this as well, but I always tell people you never know what you're going to find. So be careful when you start looking for your genealogy and uncovering your family roots, because they're always a secret. Right?
You can start if you're convinced that it's going to be one way, because inevitably you'll find something or another. Somebody's not somebody's son, or somebody had a kid out of wedlock or something like, there's lots of interesting stuff that happens along the way.
Secrets that you might uncover.
Yeah, you get to uncover lots of skeletons, which is fun for us, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We like it.
So we were also talking about this. This is kind of controversial. We've seen some of this stuff starting to pop up in the news a little bit more. People are kind of starting to get reluctant about giving their DNA to some of these bigger companies that can start this process for you. Is there any reason to be concerned?
I think there is. I do know, of all the companies, we've seen several announcements come out, whether they partner with pharmaceutical companies or you've seen people, a lot of cases, cold cases are solved now, right, using DNA. I do know personally that Family Tree DNA, which I'm sure you've heard of as well, is the only company that doesn't sell your DNA to third parties, your information, and they have their own DNA facility on site, right? So they examine your DNA at their labs. They're the only company that does that. And I think when you're interested in doing DNA, you should definitely read the terms and conditions to understand what you're getting yourself into.
And that's not the only path, correct? I mean, you don't have to submit DNA.
You don't have to submit
Absolutely
DNA.
Not.
No, DNA is just part of the tools that we use as genealogists, but really once you do your DNA, there's a lot of questions that come up, such as we're talking about family secrets that may come out. So genealogy is more for us, is really around records, right? So it's around the records research and all of that that's described in the book and that Rich does as well. So DNA is just a small component.
Part of the toolbox as opposed to the main tool to be utilized. I think it's very helpful, especially for adoptees or people that don't unknown parentage or things like that. But if that's something that's concerning, it's definitely by no means a vital part of doing genealogy. I think it can add a lot of interesting and rich history and context to the research. But if people are concerned about that, and look through the T&Cs and still feel a little worried about it, there's a lot of other things you can do to research your family history that don't involve DNA.
So, Rich, I know one of the previous times you were on, you said the first thing to do is talk with your family. Try and learn as much as you can. Once you've passed that step, maybe you don't have a lot of living relatives that can give you much of your family history. What's the next step to do?
Get Kenyatta's book.
Yes, buy the Family Tree Toolkit. It'll walk you down that path, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, I think that, make sure you write everything down. If you have living relatives, make sure that you record their stories. And there's a lot of tools that are available online. There's a lot of local organizations that can help people. There's a lot of books, especially like Kenyatta's, which is really the most up-to-date kind of guide to researching genealogy. There's a lot of different paths to choose, and it really just depends upon if you want to get out of the house, if you want to stay in the house, right?
Right.
If you're local to a genealogy society, or maybe you live, far from a society, so you want to look into more online learning opportunities. But there's a lot of different ways to really get started after you've gotten that first bunch of information.
And tell us about the event this weekend.
Yes.
So what can people learn? What can people see?
So tomorrow, you don't need to register. You can show up at the Carnegie Library. I'll be doing, it's tentatively, or I call it Conversations with Kenyatta. So it's really, because it's a how-to book, it's really kind of interview style, me talking a lot about Genealogy Roadshow, about the process, as well as answering questions. So if people have questions about how to research their family history, you can definitely show up, and then I will be taking orders as well for the book at the event, and it starts at 11.
All right.
Kenyatta, Rich, thank you so much for joining us this morning on the couch. And you can come hear more from Kenyatta Berry, the author of the Family Tree Toolkit, tomorrow morning at the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh, as you just heard, in Oakland, starting at 11 o'clock.